remake na kailangan na huwag kaming makukontento kung naisap namin ng James at saka yung import nila. Tingnan din namin yung mga local sila para mas maganda itatakbo ng team namin.
Okay, thank you very much, Armin. We'll take a short break from this game, and when we return, we'll break down the first half for you.
Wash played like a man possessed. Giving the Yamatos a dose of their own medicine.
Guys, we have to move quicker. We're doing it really slow. That's not our pace.
Parang hinebra na rin ngayon yun. Never say die yan. Laban ng laban.
Jake up all the way to the hoop.
Will the mighty Beermen prevail anew? Or the Yamatos bounce back?
All right, let's go, guys. Let's go. Go, go, go.
Good job, baby.
Game 2 next.
This is halftime of Game 2 of the 2010 PBA Fiesta Conference semifinals between the San Miguel Beermen and the BMEC Derby Ace Yamatos, where the Beermen have managed to erect a pretty formidable lead. 57-45 is our halftime score. Vito Lazatini along with Jason Webb. And looking back at that first half, major differences in several departments. The rebounding department, the field goal percentage department, but there also seem to be some major differences in the energy department, where the San Miguel Beermen look like they're playing like it's the first game of the season.
It seems like it's San Miguel that's actually down 0-1 in this series. They started out strong. They got the lead. They continue to build on that lead. Good thing though, if you're a BMEC fan, is that the BMEC Derby Ace Yamatos finally got it going at the latter part of that second quarter, especially with their import finally getting some scoring done.
Now, in case you just joined us, probably the best way to summarize for you what happened in the first half is to check back in on the webpage.
Well, you talked about for the Yamatos to be successful, they have to keep the score low. Hasn't been the case. You can't allow San Miguel to have 57 points on the board. They're going to have to be totaling above 100 that way. If you're a defensive team, you're looking at about the mid-80s to be successful. Next up, to start and to sustain the energy. They weren't able to start well. We just talked about it right now. They didn't start the ball game very well. The lead went to San Miguel early, and they weren't able to sustain the energy. Good thing for them, they were able to steal that second quarter courtesy of some fast break opportunities. And finally, get some scoring help. They did get that. Don Aliado, 13 points for his team, but still, they're going to need some other guys to step up. Names like Canaleta, Yap right there, they need to get some points on the board for their team.
And on the flip side, what have the Beermen done right? Well, let's check in on the webpage on that.
Mostly, they've done most of the things right. Starting off, they needed to share the wealth. They've had 12 assists so far. That's going to be 3 more than their average if you total that, because they average 21 a game, so they should be about a 20-plus range if they continue with that pace. Plus, that's 4 more than the Yamatos. Next up, they have to dominate the boards, and we'll just switch that around. We dominate the boards underneath. That San Miguel has 31 rebounds compared to BMEC's 15, and finally field goal shooting 54% for the Beermen and only 36 for the Yamatos.
Well, one thing that the San Miguel Beermen have not given the BMEC Derby Ace Yamatos is their three-point shot. 0 for 7 after the first half for the Yamatos. Let's see if the story changes here as we are now underway with our third quarter. Washam and James Yap. Still heavy coverage here from Don Ontiveros, but he stays aggressive and gets rewarded with a potential three-point play.
James Yap, after that halftime break, knows that he has to find a way to create for himself. There, creates the contact and enough upper body strength to finish that hoop.
And James Yap calmly adding a quick 3 points, rather, for the BMEC Derby Ace Yamatos at the start of the third. It's back to a single-digit ball game. And that's going to be a turnover against San Miguel.
Good sign if you're a BMEC fan right now. You just scored on one end, and then a little bit of energy there being shown by Paul Artadi with good defense.
Artadi over to Washam. Yap down to Rivas. soft two by Rafi Rivas, his first of the ball game.
If you're the Llamadas, you know that a double is coming, especially if your key guys get the basketball. But it's finding the guys after the double that can score. And Rafi Rivas put himself near the basket in a position where he could score.
Out to Washington. He's short from the outside. And that's going to be an offensive foul. 2 straight turnovers against the Beermen.
And 3 straight fouls in a matter of a minute and 12 seconds. All the way of San Miguel.
Coach Ryan Gregorio probably feeling the momentum shift here for his side. San Miguel led by as much as 18 in this ball game. Now Washam, covered by Arwin Santos. Cross court to Artadi. 5 seconds left. Artadi from the outside. It's back in the hands of Artadi. And it's a foot race for that loose ball. It's back to the Beermen. Santos hangs in the air. No.
A credit Paul Artadi not giving up on that play. Make it hard for Arwin Santos. Now another chance for the Llamados.
Washam inside. Finger roll. 3-point play coming up. What a burst of energy we've seen here by the BMX Derby H Llamados. And we haven't even seen 2 minutes go by in this third quarter.
Everything has gone the way of the Llamadas here in the second half. Fans are getting behind them right now. The energy pointing the way of the Llamadas, and you can see it right there with their coach.
2 3-point plays finished off by the BMX Derby H Llamados, and they've cut this lead to 4, 57 to 53. We'll be right back. Back to third quarter action here at the Araneta Coliseum. Foul given up by Paul Artadi as the San Miguel Beermen try to end this run that have held the BMX Derby H Llamados get themselves within 4. Down low to Washington, and that's a slam.
San Miguel forced to call an early timeout, but then making use of that timeout well because they were able to set up another good shot out of that timeout.
Washam moves in, tries to get it to Rivas, but it's taken away, and that's going to be a foul.
All players, please receive in the shaded area in front of their respective benches.
They're going to take a look at this, but you know, there are instances where you just have to give up a foul, and you're not even trying to hurt somebody. So let's see what Fingers tried to do, because he knew it was a fast break situation going the other way. Now that's not even nowhere near a flagrant foul. Can't be an advantage foul because there were players across anyway.
So it's been deemed a flagrant foul, 1 by our officials.
The thing there, I believe that's the 3rd on the team. Would that make it 5 or 7 minutes already on the bench? 5 minutes. But because I believe that the explanation for a flagrant foul is that you actually don't go for the ball, but then sometimes you just have to give a duty foul that you actually don't go for the ball,
which was not necessarily malicious.
Yes, exactly. And the only time that you actually go for the you get called for a foul, and you don't. 90% of the time, when you get called for a foul, you actually don't go for the ball, or at least 70%. It's a tough call because you want to stop him.
Well, Pingris will have to argue his case from the bench here. Let's take a look at what just transpired. This was the steal, and then this was the foul given up by Pingris, which has just, in case you missed it, been deemed as the flagrant foul 1. So Rico Meyerhofer is going to have to step in for Mark Pingris, while Gabe Freeman, wow, his free throw problems continue here in this ball game. He was shooting 50% at the end of the first half, and still 50%, 5 of 10.